Okay. Why does it tell me you're setting up a live meeting? Do you want to quit? That's like the start button on a Windows system to stop.
Well, it looks like it's running now.
Run away! Oh, not quite. Hello?
Hello.
Cecil is the one trying to kill me today. Although now he's tearing apart a toy. He has got it in his head that if he just takes the toy and beats it against my arm while grabbing my sleeve, he'll have more fun. Unfortunately, my arm's in the sleeve. Isn't it, Cecil? My arm in the sleeve? Is it? What, Bob? No? Are you sure about that, Bob?
Have you done the spotlight thing so everyone can see the birds?
I just did.
We're talking. Oh, you did. Good. Fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous. Ah, that must sound weird. There's a lot of wind blowing here today. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a chicken coop fly over the building. What, Bob? All the birds are sitting here. My feathers don't like this. Cecil had his feathers at a 90-degree angle earlier. Didn't you, Cecil? Yes. Yes, you are a good boy, Bob. Are you going to take that apart or are you just going to play with it? Why? Why not, Bob? Sugar. Oh, right there. Right over my head. Hold on, Shug. Where's that beak? Where's that beak? Yes, Bob is a good boy. Yeah, Bob's a good boy. Bob was acting way too calm for a couple of days, and it was making me nervous. Back to his normal stuff.
Oh, a shuk bird. So we have a lot of members already in the chat. Hello. Welcome to Michelle. Welcome Vacancy, Pie Girl, Cheryl Kincaid, and Spirit Matter. Good to see you all, guys.
Hi, guys.
And Eleanor said she loves the new high 4 button. I think a few others already have discovered the new emoji. We have now a high 4 emoji.
That was your idea, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think someone else also mentioned it, that it might be a good idea. So
that is a good idea, yeah. High 4 button. What are you doing up there?
I think high 4 was missing.
Uh-oh. Here comes the torturer again. Are you going to torture me with the thing? Yeah, it's probably about the right temperature for my body out here. If you take away the 35-mile-an-hour wind, it's my hands are freezing. But I got to pet someone because she wants to be petted. Yes, she does.
Of course, she wants to be petted.
Yeah, she's a little adamant about it now, though, because she hasn't had enough petting. Have you? Yeah. All right, Cecil, that's my clothing. No, no. I'm inside there. If I could take this thing off without freezing and give it to you so you could just chew it, I would. I can't. You don't believe me? I don't think Jazz believes me. Hi, Jazz. Jazz is kind of looking at me like, can you make this wind stop? Lucy. Hey, Luce. Come here, Lucy. Come on. I gotta get her over here. Yeah, come here. Come on, Luce. Come on, baby. Come on. Lucy. All right. She should get over here. So she doesn't have any feathers to cover her chest. I don't want to get too cold, but she's not coming over, Bob. Hold on. Luce, come here. Come on, Luce. Come on. Come on. There you go. Let's get you up here where you can be warmer. There you go. There you go.
There's the Lucy Goosey.
Keep
Hello,
Lucy
Lucy.
warm.
Such a cute birdie.
I'm not going to keep you warm by keeping my hand on you. My hand's colder than it is outside. So. I can turn my little heater up one more notch.
Yeah, the weather forecast said for the parts of Germany I live in, there might be some snow.
Yeah. Well, if you have an igloo, it won't be a big problem, but.
Nope. I actually love snow around this time of the year. Maybe a few weeks later, but next week in Germany, all the Christmas markets open. And then when it's a little bit snowy and so, that's really beautiful. Oh, who comes up there? Is that the Jessie Jazzbird?
That's the Jazz. That's the Jazz. What's up, Jazz? Yeah, I know. You want me to pet you too. Where are you, Shug? Shug? Oh, she's decided to preen herself. And Bucket Boy. You doing in there, Cecil? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Look at that Bucket Boy. That's
You look so funny in there.
Oh, yeah, he has fun in there. And when he already shows us his ball, this ball and a lot of other things are on the new list on Made for Amazon, because the Chloe Sanctuary now has an Amazon affiliate program list. And let me see, I have it somewhere. Then I can give you the link so you can have a look yourself. The link comes also in the link tree. So if you bookmark the link tree, everyone, then you have access to all the important links.
And then everyone can go and buy their own bucket and their own bashy ball.
Yeah. Some life insurance to go with it, right?
And some earplugs.
Yeah, he's been on me today, but literally on me, trying to use the toy and my clothing at the same time as part of his toy.
Mm-hmm.
Keep telling him my body's in there, but he just doesn't listen.
So Kaisei is also in the chat. Hello, Kaisei.
Hello.
And Travel says she had snow a few days ago where she lives.
Snow is a 4-letter word.
Yeah, Cecil has, Falconso says Cecil has destroyed his toy already. That's true. Cecil is the master of destruction when it comes to toys.
There is another one of those around that still has a ball in it, but he tossed it, so I don't know where it is. It must be under the chair.
Bang, 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 bang.
And Pygirl asked what an affiliate is. Don, do you want to explain it?
Oh, an affiliate is just, you just put up products that you personally use or you like, and then other people can go through that link. It doesn't cost those people anything. You know, you can go through it. It doesn't cost you anymore, but it does give us a little extra too. And it kind of doubles because our charity is also linked to it. So we get a little for being a charity and a little bit for pointing out a product. But I only put things on there I've personally used and would use again, like our HEPA filter and this big aviary is on there.
Exactly.
But just there's that type of hemostat I use specifically for. It's not a big hemostat either. It's a smaller one, but it has a special end on it that helps you clamp onto a feather, and so you can slowly pull the feather out without losing it. So that hemostat, they're like $15, but you're not going to lose the feather when you go to pull it. You're not going to damage the feather. You're going to take it out when it needs to come out. And of course, a blood feather where they're bleeding, you know, they can bleed to death. It's like cutting a hose with the water in it. Just blood comes out and just keeps gushing out. So.
Oh, and it looks like we have got a new member. Welcome, Karen Plaisdell.
Oh, thanks
She's
for
now a
becoming
member. Good to have you.
Yes, welcome. And Cecil would love to welcome you with his toy, but he can't reach you.
I guess so, yeah. And Peaches would have said hello, hello, hello.
Yes, she would. Jazz, you want to do a jazzy song? Does Jazz want to do a dip? Cecil, that's my sleeve.
Oh yeah, we all want a jazzy song.
Jazz, you want to do a jazzy song? He just wants to warm up. Oops, sorry. The wind bothering you, girl? Cecil, that's my arm. It's inside that sleeve, okay? Yeah. He looks at me like you're speaking, but I don't understand English. No song? Huh? Maybe later? What'd you say, Luce? Luce. What'd you say, Pep Pep? Pep Pep. That's right.
I love that you have the aviary on the affiliate link. Like, I never imagined you can buy a whole aviary on Amazon. Or they send it by Prime.
No. No, and if you're in an area where it's hard to get in, they have to use a big truck to get it to you. So it comes in boxes. Like, I don't remember how many, 6 or 10 or something like that. And it takes you about 5 hours with two other people to put it together. But
Spirit says in chat, or he asked if Cecil needs a new fondue pot for his half bowl.
the donor who bought us this originally said that, you know, when we get to the new place, she wants to buy us another one of these and extend this one a little bit longer. So,
That would be wonderful.
so she said she will do that once we get to a new place. That'll be nice. That means that all the birds can be out at the same time.
I just looked and Cecil's bowls are called bonker balls.
It's a
he,
good name for 'em.
yeah, has him bonk you on the head with them. That's really funny. Ah, fabulous.
Practicing right now so he can bonk me later. That's about how hard he hits my head. He hits my head like that. Whack, 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 whack. I don't mind that so much. He might knock some sense into me. It's when he grabs my glasses that I'm concerned, because I've only got this one set. They're already broken, so. It's the old epoxy, the glasses. You can kind of see the epoxy on them there. Epoxy, that's how you bend it. You just break them again. So I get disturbed when he gets on my right side and he starts beating on my glasses. Other than that, it hurts when he hits the AirPod too. That's not a pleasant thing. What are you doing up there? Hi, baby. Hello. Hey, hey. What is it? I take the camera off you and you have to come up and harass me? Is that what it's all about? Is that what it's all about? Oh, hi, beautiful. Hi, beautiful.
Well, Carol McGrath is here, and Erin is here, and Aquarius Moon is here, and Angel's Life is here. So welcome to all you guys. Nice to see you.
Hey, guys. We're out here in the wind.
Several people are asking about the move. So they're saying, is there any update? Have you found the place?
We're
still working on it.
Yeah, we're waiting for pre-approval. The biggest problem is that they have to deal with the VA. So there's a real slow. Everything is snail mail between the lender and the VA, and they have to get everything straight before they talk to the. Come on, brain. Okay, I can't think of the word. The people who do the actual. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Underwriter. So I'm not bugging the lady. I let her know once a week, but we're still waiting for the information. But I know it's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight, unfortunately. It's not like we're in. What kind of thing? I was talking to one guy who bought a house down in Puerto Rico, and you had to pay $500 for the transfer, and the house was yours that day. That's all you had was a $500 bill that you had to pay up front, and that covered all the costs on everything. And it was all done that day instead of all this wait, all the stuff they do here.
Well, they say good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, I like to grab those people who say that and just.
Yeah, it's one of those sayings that I don't really like, but it does have some value sometimes.
Sometimes. My favorite saying that I don't like is from Terms of Endearment, which is, well, I usually tell people to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. And then Shirley MacLaine has a great comeback to that. Like, people buy that from you. That's a paraphrase of what she says.
Always assume the worst is going to happen, and then you'll either be proven right or you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Now you sound like Benjamin Franklin, because that's what he said. He said he was a pessimist because if you expect the worst, you're always pleasantly surprised when it doesn't happen. Yep.
Well, Karen says, good grief, which is what Murray used to say. Good grief.
Yeah, that little girl. She was something else. That's what she thought about cockatoos in general. She'd see something like what Cecil is doing, and she'd be going, good grief. Yes, that's what she would have said. You remember Murray. He might have stopped doing that just because I said Murray, because he definitely remembers Murray.
I think Karen's having trouble in the chat. We can see your chats, Karen, so we see you.
Yeah, Karen, we can see all your writing.
I think she's struggling a bit with how it all works, but
she wants to know how the voice chat. Okay, Karen, I post the link for our community page, and there you have to go in the member section and then just click the Zoom link.
Yeah, because we're talking over Zoom and not on YouTube, so it's something different. Sorry if that wasn't clear.
So I posted the overview of our YouTube page, and there on the section next to videos community is membership, and I think the latest post must be the Zoom link, and over that you can join us.
It has to be the Zoom link because the gods at YouTube haven't allowed us to let any of our helpers post. You could delete the channel, but you can't. Makes no sense. But
Yeah, it's so weird. Like we can do everything except post a text post.
That's true. That's completely silly. I could do live streams and every silly thing with his channel.
Yeah, I mean, we could rename all the videos with profanity or anything you like, but we can't make a text post.
That's YouTube logic. But good to have so many people today in chat. Gith042 joined us. He always has the best jokes. Next to Spirit Matter, of course. You guys rock.
Cecil, are you just banging the drum for everybody today or what?
Oh, there's Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Welcome, Karen.
Everyone who comes in is initially muted, so you have to unmute yourself if you want to talk. That way we don't get like 50 people, not what we expected, but 50 people coming in and all talking at once. What was that all about? You heard that?
Pippa is already cheering here with, that's right, that's right.
That's right. She's hearing the crows over there, and Cecil dropped his toy because he heard the
Karen,
crows.
you just can speak if you want to.
You don't have to. It's not like it's a requirement. When you're on the Zoom channel, you can talk.
No, but she was raising the hand, so I just wanted to say.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can just unmute yourself and talk. We don't mind.
Well, some people just raise the hand because they're drowning.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I actually had that happen to me once here in California. I was at the beach before I had birds, and I was with my stepkids, and I was standing at the edge of the beach and I can't swim, of course. I can. That's not really true. I can do the motions. I just do them underwater. And I was trained by the Navy for 6 days, so don't say, "Oh, like somebody can fix that." No, they put me down as negative buoyancy.
Sorry, but the way you said that, like negative buoyancy. Oh my god.
Well, it's funny. I mean, to stay in the Navy, you had to swim across the Olympic pool. I did it by holding my breath. That's how I did it. I swam the entire length of an Olympic pool, doing the Australian crawl, right? I was doing it underwater. And,
what's an Australian crawl?
I don't know.
It's not what
you.
I'll Google it.
But anyway, so where was I going with that? Oh yes, I'm at the beach, and the water is just lapping against my feet, right? And then all of a sudden there's a wave, and it goes up to my knees. Then there's a wave, it goes up to my waist. Then it was over my shoulders. Then it was over my head. I had a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old with me at the time. The 9-year-old could swim. The 5-year-old couldn't. And I can't swim, really. So I just grabbed the 5-year-old's hand and hoped, heck, that the 9-year-old would swim her way in. And it took her out quite a ways, but she was able to swim back in. And I just got my feet onto the sand, held my breath, and pulled the 5-year-old in. That's the last time I got close to the ocean, by the way. You won't see me get closer than 10 feet. That's for sure. Not after that experience. But it does happen once in a while. There'll be a strange wave like that. I took Chloe to the beach one time. We got out, and it was her first trip to the beach. We walked about 10 feet from the car I had at the time. And the seagulls came in trying to attack us. I mean, it was like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds on steroids. And I had to cover her. I had to wrap my arms around her, cover her, and somebody just got me, and take her to the vehicle. And after that, nope. I'm going to get the poop off my shoulder. Hold on. Somebody just pooped on. Every time I reach for a piece of paper,
I didn't poop on your shoulder.
I hope not.
We can hear you, Karen.
Yay! Oh, you know why? Because I'm laying down. I'm sick. I've got that stupid RSV. I thought a little cough might help. So I'm laying in my bed in the dark.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear.
Oh,
that.
I'll live. I'm actually feeling much better than I was. I had a cockatoo.
Oh, how
Oh.
sweet. What kind of cockatoo?
Umbrella. That's a Moluccan, right?
That's Chassie. She is a Moluccan. That's true.
She's beautiful.
I think she likes to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't all of us? I currently have a Genday conure.
Oh,
Oh.
Gendy.
Mhm.
Don't hear of many with that. Loads of people have green cheeks. And some conures.
I had a sun conure until one day in June. I opened my door to let my dog in, and I never thought he'd fly out the door, but he did. And that was that. And my heart was broken. And and so by hook or by crook, somebody gave me a Genday, and which I was pleasantly surprised with. So she's currently in her cage because I can't deal with her at the moment. You know, I just don't feel good enough. I couldn't catch her. I don't think she's ever been handled.
Wow.
But
The
I
little
did.
little ones are hard to catch.
Yeah. Well, you know how cuddly birds are, and I'm hoping that that's what she'll come around to doing.
Yeah,
But
just gotta work slowly and you'll get there.
yeah. Now, where are you all at?
Well, I'm in
We're
Scotland.
Here in what, England?
California.
I'm in
Scotland.
Michigan. I'm in the U.S. Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in Germany, and
Oh,
the sanctuary is located in Southern California, and Eleanor is in Scotland.
Brooklyn?
Scotland.
Scotland.
Oh, Scotland. Sorry. My head is so clogged up I can hardly understand anybody anymore. Oh, look at that baby.
That's our salamander.
Hi, pretty baby.
He's the biggest in the crew, but he's the baby.
Yeah, he's the big baby.
Do all of you have cockatoos?
No, these guys are my my proxy cockatoos. I imagine that they're mine, but I don't have any real life pets.
And I have two budgies, but it's basically like Eleanor said, these guys are also my kind of telepets.
Uh-huh. Oh, I tell you what, I don't know how I'd survive. I'm going to turn my light on. Maybe you can see me. But don't be frightened. Excuse me. Now, is that better? No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, still
We
here.
can hear you.
Okay. Can you see me? Which is the scary part.
We can see you.
Oh, I know.
Oh, we have also people in chat saying where they're from. Doris says she comes from Victoria, British Columbia. That's, I guess, in Canada.
That's beautiful there here. I've never been there.
No. She's from New York. Cheryl is from Columbia.
So
I get confused. Oh no, now I have it. So Cheryl is from Vancouver. Doris likes Victoria, British Columbia, and is from New York. So people like, now I finally managed it.
I see. And now where are those birds at?
Yeah, we're in Southern California.
Oh, I used to live in San Diego, and then I lived in La Jolla.
La Jolla. Yeah, I know it well.
You were born there, weren't you, Don?
Yeah, I was born at Scripps Hospital.
Lived in a
I
house.
love when Sugar comes sneaking that way behind.
Delmar.
So Pie Girl says she's from Boston. Jocelyn is from Buffalo, New York, and Gith is from NC. Is that North Carolina?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, whoever's in Buffalo is probably getting inundated with snow at the moment.
Oh, how cool.
No biting, no biting.
It's amazing how they can just remove your finger if they want.
They don't want to, though. They don't have any desire to do that, but
Yeah, they're lovers. People don't realize how loving birds are.
unfortunately, people train them to bite. They don't realize they're doing it, but they do. Because
Mhm.
a bird goes to come over to somebody and it puts its beak down with it open, and the people pull their hands away, and then the bird starts to lose its balance, grabs a hold of you, you scream, guess what? You just reinforced the behavior.
Yep. Yeah.
People train them to do that. It's not normal.
Mm-mm.
Although this little girl right here will eat any woman. She likes lady fingers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I see.
Yeah.
Now she's an umbrella, right?
No, she's a Triton.
Oh.
See the yellow?
Yeah,
yellow
yeah.
crest? She's a Triton.
Beautiful. She's a beautiful girl.
Has she laid her egg yet?
Not yet.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe. It's
I have a
close.
friend that has a son, Conyer, and who continually lays eggs.
Oh, poor baby.
I know, and she sits on them and she, talks to them and all. Of course, they're not fertilized. And finally, she gets sick of being a mother and she forgets about them.
And then there's another one after a while.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
my friend Sue, who has this bird, she's gone to one of the craft stores and bought fake eggs to put in there.
That helps. Yeah. If they keep doing it, you need to get either a Lupron or a Deslorelin implant in the bird. So
can they
Oh,
give those to conures?
it'll turn off that hormonal response, and they'll stop laying on they're trying to lay eggs, because otherwise they're gonna burn out their calcium. They're not
Well,
supposed to lay that way.
she gives her a lot of calcium, I think. But
But that isn't quite the same as your body. If they start laying a bunch of eggs, one right after the other, you can load them up with calcium, but at some point they're going to start taking the calcium from their bones. So
let me ask you a question. What was it that you said to tell her to get done to her?
either an implant to stem the tide of the hormones, either Deslorelin or Lupron.
I heard of Lupron. Don't people take that too?
Well, they don't make anything for birds, so it has to be designed for some other animal, or they just don't make drugs for birds. So.
Isn't that something? Sounds like you're taking a bath.
Yeah, it's a heck of a wind out here today. Yeah,
It's a beautiful day there.
About a 35-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh,
It would be warm enough for my little hands because I have Raynaud's disease, but it's not, because the wind is turning my hands into ice. Cecil, I'll freeze your beak off with my hand.
Well, there's a question from GTH42 who wants to know, do they rearrange or move their nests after they abandon their eggs?
are you talking about the sun? Kanye?
Just in general, I think.
Well, I don't know how she lays it. Well, I know how she lays them, but they're on the bottom of her cage. She has, paper and stuff down for her. And they're kind of in a pile, and she spreads her little wings out and sits on top of them and talks to them. Makes little cooing sounds.
Oh.
Pretty song, Jazz.
And then once she stops sitting on them, what does she do then? Does she just kind of
well, this is a fairly recent thing. It's been in like the last year. She finally removes the real eggs and puts the fake eggs down, because the real eggs would stink after a while, I would think.
Mm.
Usually they don't stink, but they'll eventually they'll break.
Yeah.
They'll dry out and break. But,
Yep. She's a pretty sun conure. Have you ever heard of this Linden hockey?
no.
He breeds birds, and
That's
he's from
fine.
Australia. Huh?
That's probably why I haven't heard him. I abhor breeders.
Well, trust me when I tell you this. The man probably has 200 in a big open area, however you say it. And he loves them, each and every one of them. And they're all hand raised. And I don't know that he even sells them. They're his pets. But they live the good life there. Not
I don't
abuse.
not fond of the hand raising either. They need to be raised by their parents so they can be birds instead of being, functionally autistic. When you hand raise a bird, they miss steps in their development.
Yeah.
It tweaks their psyche. Can you imagine if you think a human child? Well, actually, there's a story somebody sent me a while ago. And I actually wrote something about it, about a little girl that got left alone basically for 7 years in a room. Her mother just threw food in there, and they finally took her out of there. And this little girl had like shark's eyes, and all she could do was move around like a turtle on the ground. And somebody took her in, but she'll probably never really speak. I mean, she make hand motions now, but at first she couldn't even tell anybody what she wanted. And this is what we do to them when we raise them like that. And even if he really cares about them, that fact that they're hand raised, if they're not raised by their parents, their heads are going to be on wrong. So
I guess that's what happened to me.
I think it's a bit different when it's
my head's on wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
probably the same for most of us.
a pleasure to be here talking with you all.
Yeah, it's nice to have
It's
you.
nice to have you.
Well, thank you. I think this is going to be good for me too, because I'm a widow, obviously. Well, not obviously, but I live by myself, but I do have a cat, a dog, and a bird now. And my cat and dog were afraid of my previous birds, so go figure. The bird ruled the roost.
It's best that they're afraid of them, especially dogs, because dogs are, they're the descendants of wolves, and no matter how good the dog is, you can't trust them. So be careful.
Well, my
You
dog
can hear
old.
Cecil working in the background. Bish, bish, bish.
Old and blind.
Old and blind. Well, that's the perfect dog to have around a bird.
Yeah. Well, this bird has, I have only had her for probably 2 weeks tops, and I've been sick for a good portion of that. Lovely. And but as soon as I can take her and have her vet checked, I have a really good bird. Jesus Christ Almighty, I can't even talk.
Avian vet.
Thank you for helping. I need all the help I can get. And I'm going to take her and have her vet checked, and her nails need to be trimmed, and I think her beak is too long. As I said, I don't think she's ever been handled. I don't think she's ever been out of her cage except for the transporter, which breaks my heart.
Yeah,
it happens a lot. People can't deal with them. It's just it happens in their marriages too. The first time you have an incident, even if it's a minor one, it's divorce. A bird bites you, it's give the bird to somebody else.
Get rid of it.
Yep.
Hey, I've been married 3 months. I'll have you know.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true. Wow. Oh, my God. Time flies.
That's funny. No, I was one very lucky woman. I had the perfect husband. And he got cancer, so.
Anyway. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. But if it wasn't for my animals, they give me purpose.
I
Yeah,
understand
they
that.
definitely do that.
I'm anxious to get her out of the cage, but I'm not a proponent of clipping their wings, but I think for the first, as I'm working with her, I'm going to have her clipped, which kind of breaks my heart, but they'll grow
Well,
back.
you don't need to, but the main thing you want to do is take it really slowly because, because I understand wanting to, get her out as soon as possible when she's been trapped in there for ages. But honestly, if you just go really slow and, let her keep her feathers and just learn to fly and learn to trust you naturally, then she'll do just fine.
Well, I have the perfect house for a bird because it's a real open floor plan. And like once they decide, they can fly from one room to the other without, running into anything. So, but and she does bite me, but she's gotten so she doesn't bite me hard. So, I mean, because she knows that I tell her no, and and I'm assuming she's a she. I don't know if she's ever been, if she was DNA checked or not.
Yeah, it doesn't cost much, so.
No, I may go ahead and do that too. And I've had to cancel 2 appointments for my vet, so because I'm just not.
Well, I hate to put it this way, but it's actually good you've been sick, because what usually happens, people get a bird, you get a bird, you give it a lot of attention, and then you slowly go back to your normal routine and you give them less attention. It doesn't work. So in this case, you're giving her less attention and slowly building up. It's going to work a lot better for your relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
last thing you
I
want
mean,
to do is give them a whole bunch of attention in the beginning. So
my last bird, he demanded attention, and he would come over and he'd fly in and flop down on me and have a little nap. We'd have to have
Aw.
cuddle time, and yeah, it was heartbreaking for me. But anyway, well, gee whiz, and are any of you ungainfully employed or retired or
I'm a student.
a student? What are you studying?
I'm doing my PhD in psychology at the moment. Supposed to
Cool.
submit in March, but yeah, we'll see about that.
That's wonderful. Are you the one that just got married?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Well, I hope.
My girl has a question. She wants to know what Don or what everyone is thinking about co-parenting between or with birds and human. So because we discussed earlier about when breeders take away the egg from the bird.
Mm-hmm.
And what
they've done. Go ahead.
No, is that the question you can answer?
Yeah, the University of San Francisco did a study. I forget on what parrot, but they did a 5-year study on that. And what they did is they had a control group that was raised by their parents alone in a large aviary, and then they had, I mean, there were more than one. They had several. There's a big aviary, several big aviaries. So they had ones that were raised by their parents alone. They had ones that were raised and handled by humans for 20 minutes a day. But they were raised by their parents. And then they had ones that were hand raised. The ones that were hand raised were basically insane. What we normally see when you go and buy one or get one from a pet store. They were basically just, yeah. The ones that were raised by their parents were normal birds. They were actually able to form bonds with other birds and raise young, which the hand-raised ones could not do. And the ones that were raised by their parents but handled 20 minutes a day were fine with humans and actually acted like birds. So the best case would be to have large aviaries and to have the birds raised by their parents, if you're going to have them in captivity at all, and then handled 20 minutes a day.
I think that's probably why budgies and cockatoos have been successfully domesticated, because when people domesticated them, it was just, hobbyists having them in their houses, and it wasn't like breeders with, incubation machines and all the tube feeding and stuff. It was just people that they had the parent birds, and then it was in their back room, and then they'd go in and see them every day. So that's how they managed to kind of you know,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
get like that.
Oh,
So
look at her feathers. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful babies.
the
They
only
are.
her
They're
that's pointing at,
gorgeous.
this is Lucy. This is a her. This is Cecil.
Uh-huh.
He's a boy. He's a big boy. And then this is a salamander, also called Mander or Sally's boy. Pippa's a girl, aren't you, Pip? Yeah, I'm laying too many eggs, but
It's the Pippa.
there's
Where's the
Jasmine.
Babaloo?
Where is the
Oh,
Babaloo?
I knew
Wonderful.
someone was missing.
There he is. Right over there.
Oh, Bob, what has happened? Why are you
Inside
sitting
the-
behind there?
Well,
It's like you have sent him to the silent corner. Sorry,
I think
Gary.
he's staying away from the wind. He was showing me how much he disliked it earlier. So
Mm.
he's looking at me and his feathers are all to one side and I'm leaving. There's a bit of a windbreak there. Hi, Cecil. Hi, boy.
Oh, Cecil.
does Cecil know his name?
Everybody here knows their name.
Although they didn't when they first got her. Jasmine didn't know her name.
Jasmine didn't know.
So have you rescued all of yours or did you buy them or what?
There's one that isn't out here right now. It's Lorelei, and that was the only one before I really understood what I was doing. I had a bird, Chloe, which is what the sanctuary is named after. She was an umbrella cockatoo, and they had neutered her so she couldn't have babies, but she kept building nests. So with my complete ignorance, I went out and got her Lorelei. I took her with me to pick Lorelei out. And
Mhm.
she raised her. I mean, she raised her. She spent a lot of time. We both kind of co-parented on that. And Lorelei is the most bird-like of all the birds here. She's friendly, but not just to everybody. You've got to learn. You got to work with her to make her like you. She's not just going to trust you off the bat. But she's a bird. When she doesn't like something, she's gone. She moves. She's like, I'm out of here.
Uh-huh.
We
It
fly
is
a
pretty
lot.
funny because some of the other birds don't realize that you're Lorelei's dad. So, like Cecil and Cos will kind of get jealous and then try to chase her away, and then it's like, no, Don's her dad. It's not a mating thing.
Do you ever let them out of out of their aviary?
Let them. They have their inside cages. They're not. I don't free fly them.
I think that's just the coolest thing ever, free flight.
It can be done. You need a long flight cage to train them in.
Uh-huh.
These birds are recall trained, but that doesn't mean they will come back. Like today, they probably couldn't because they're not. The only strong flyer I have in here, there's two of them. Snowball and Pippa are both strong flyers, so they could probably fight the wind and come back. The rest of them, they'd be taken off by the wind.
Unfortunately, where I live, it's out in the country, which is not unfortunate. But so when my bird flew out the door, and he was very attached to me, believe it or not. But when he flew out the door, and of course, I'm gimping down. I'm 80, and I'm gimping down the street after him. Of course, I didn't even know which way he went. I was stunned, that he flew out. And so I walked down to where there's like a woods, foresty, and I called his name and he responded to me, but that was about it. He was gone. And it broke my heart.
Yeah, I've heard about that, and apparently someone said, I don't know whether it's true or not, but one of the reasons why they don't come back even if you can find them is because they don't recognize what you look like from different angles. So like there was this one guy who was training his parrot, like he would put it up on a really high perch and then have it look at him and fly down, and I think his reasoning was that if the bird flies away and gets up in a tree, then for it to be able to recognize you and come back to you, it needs to practice seeing you and flying to you from a high up place.
Yeah, he liked to be on the floor. He wandered around on the floor a lot. So what he did was he wandered around on the floor so he could attack the cat and pardon me, dog. But you know, he was a funny bird. Anyways, but so I didn't think he'd have difficulty, you know, coming down out of the tree, but apparently he did. There I go thinking again.
Well, there's a good story from an anthropologist that fits this too. He had been living with the Bambuti, the pygmies in the Aviary forest, and he took one of them up to a high hill.
Mhm.
And they normally didn't come out of the forest, and there were elephants down there. And the pygmy said, "Tiny elephants." It didn't make any sense to him that those were normal elephants. But once Colin Turnbull walked this pygmy down to the elephants, then the perspective in the head clicked, and after that, they understood the distance. But up to that point, they live in the forest. They didn't understand the distance, and it's the same with birds. That's right. You do have to train them when you're flight training birds. You need to train them from different angles, and then the other thing is you need to put on a harness. The aviator makes a harness small enough for a conure. You take them outside and you show them around so they know the area. You want them to know the area, and that way, when you do call them back, you want to show them a spot where you would normally call them to. So when you call them, they'll come back to that spot.
Yeah, he had no idea.
Yeah, it was an unexpected release. It happens, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and it's hard to train them without a 20-foot run too. You need that. And the place we're looking at, we're hoping to get in Nevada, has got this is just, the place will probably be sold before we get qualified, but it has a big long dog run, and all I have to do is put a top over it, and we got a nice 20-foot flight training cage. So
it'll be interesting. You ever watch Bird Tricks?
A little once in a while, not that much. I mean, I've been trained by Dr. Friedman and Dr. Zelig, so I don't really need to watch something like that except to see how other people might be doing it.
Right, exactly. Not for any common knowledge. I just enjoy their birds and some of the things that they do. But anyway, well, folks, this old woman needs to go and close her little baby grays for a while, and then I've got to get up and figure out what I'm going to make for dinner. But it's
make enough for everyone now.
Oh, well, then come over. But you don't want to come in because do you know RSV is very contagious? Yeah. And I haven't been out of my house in days. And my youngest daughter brought me some groceries. And she kind of threw them in the door. Which is amazing.
Ouch.
I hope you're feeling much better very soon.
Oh, honey, I am better than I was, honest to God. But it's just, I'm old, for crying out loud. And
takes longer to get over things.
Yep, it does. So, but happy marriage and happy degree, and what a pleasure. I'll be back. I mean, I paid.
Yeah, well, come back next time. So we have the live streams on Mondays and Wednesdays every week. So it'll be nice to see you.
Mondays and Wednesdays. Oh God, I hope I can remember that.
Pippa says, okay. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Aquarius Moon says, feel better, Karen.
Well, thank you. Do any of you have Facebook?
And Gift says, chopped ginger tea and lots of grains. Best of luck.
There's a Chloe Sanctuary Facebook page as well. So
I'm on Facebook if you want to add me. My name is Karen Blaisdell on Facebook.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Okay. And remind me, when you get, is it unusual for them to be on the floor? I'm sorry.
Not Cecil. He considers that step stool his nest. So.
Oh, I love it. I know I saw a cockatoo, and I don't know what kind it was. I think it was probably an umbrella, but it was walking down the street, and I swear to God, you would have thought it was a German Shepherd barking. It was a riot. So,
yeah, I've got two barkers, Bob and Cecil, both bark.
They,
Right,
they turn into cockatoos.
right.
Cockatoos,
Now I'm
I
feeding
like
the
that.
shoe.
I like
Yeah,
that.
cockatoos is something really nice.
Right. Stop that.
So Cecil, you might want to thank Erin for her donation. She donated $10 for the upcoming journey. Thank you so much, Erin.
Your
Oh, look
entire
at the Cecil. He has his really charming. Thank you, look.
Wednesdays and what?
Mondays and
Mondays.
Wednesdays.
Mondays and Wednesdays. See, my brain is fried. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you all so much for your enjoyable chat, and I will see you again.
Yep,
Okay,
we'll see
take
you
care
next
now.
time.
Bye bye now.
Cecil, not my foot. Stop it. The big pest.
I know,
Better
and
to
now I
be-
see Lisa isn't here today, so no shoe count. But there
Oh.
might be some bingo. We need to look up what we can do as another event in December.
We can do
So there might be a Chloe bingo.
we can do a preening tally. We can see who preens who and for how long.
We're gonna have a meeting on bird intelligence too soon.
Yeah, I just need to write it and figure out a date, but that will be
Yep.
soon. Sorry, it slipped my mind, but I'll get on with that.
Well, you have other things to do too. Like you're working on a PhD.
Yeah. And I'm doing a review article and got to teach the students as well, so keep me pretty busy.
Hey.
Oh,
Those are my
Cecil.
feet. My feet.
Oh, well, thank you, Anne-Marie, for the donation. It's a nice little suitcase for the
Yeah,
birdies to
also
pack up
for the
all their
upcoming
things.
journey.
And Cecil can put all his toys in the little suitcase.
A little bit in the move pod.
Don't do that. No, eat my shoes. No.
Okay, I will once again for today post the link tree. So if anyone hasn't bookmarked it already, you can copy it out of the chat. So all our relevant links are combined in the link tree. So you can have all our social media, our website, the donation opportunities, some recommendations about bird training. Have I forgot something?
I don't think so. I think you covered it all.
Just have a look if you're interested in. So we also update it from time to time. So when you bookmark this link, then you always have the current links.
Yeah, it makes it nice. If the link changes, you'll still hit the button and get where you need to go. So.
Yeah, you might want to have a look at the website. Don changed the whole design. So now it has a new fresh look.
Yeah, it looks good.
About time. That just got a bug. I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I spent a couple hours working on it, so it's not like I don't know how to do it. I mean, I've done plenty of websites, but I just needed to get up there and do it. There's a few more things I'd like to do with it.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just have to sit down and do it.
Yep. Well, guys, thanks for coming. It's time for me to get some things going here, some work done. So,
yeah, thank you everyone for being here with us and chatting with us. We are always happy to see you all and talk to you about your birds or any other questions, and of course of the birds in the Chloe Sanctuary. And it's always nice to have you all here.
And if anyone ever wants to come into the Zoom, then you can do that, because that's what we do for Peaches, because she liked to talk to her friends. So you can come into the Zoom and we can all talk. So that would be awesome.
Yeah, we're always happy when someone joins. So it's up to you.
Yep. You can
Also,
come
we
in
are
and-
grateful for all the people who help us out. So for the donations and support, there are many people who all have looked up grant possibilities or have written to
Hey,
some news
stop it.
stations. So
Stop.
everything helps getting us closer to our goal, a new house, a new home for the Chloe Sanctuary. And you can also help by liking our videos, giving it a thumb up, so the YouTube algorithm pushes us a little bit more. So that also helps a lot. So if you want to contribute, that would be nice.
Yeah, and thank you for just being here.
Yeah, and you can contribute using Patreon or the direct donor link. You can do like $2 a month or something like that, and that can help us with our monthlies, because that's where it's going to get you. You got to pay those monthly bills. Even a small donation, that makes a big difference when it's monthly. So. And at Facebook, I understand. Well, Facebook has where you can do that, and Facebook for a couple of months, I think they're going to be matching that. So that if you donate $2, they're going to throw in some money too. So, but thanks for coming.
Oh, we have a last question, I see. Someone wants to see you to know or if you consider the umbrella or Moluccan cockatoo to be the friendliest in general.
Oh, there isn't much there to. Oh, what do you mean by friendly? I think they're all friendly and they're all different. They're, as Dr. Friedman say, they're a study of one. If you think
They're
of
all
Peaches,
individuals.
yeah, Peaches would come up and she would just be friendly to everybody. She was Moluccan, right? But she was friendly to everybody and wanted to be with everybody. And then you've got someone like Snowball who's friendly only when there's nobody else around. In most cases, he'll come over and he'll hug you. But if there's a bunch of other birds around, he's going to just stay like where he is right now and look like he's not interested. Take the other birds out and I'll change it. So so there's an umbrella that doesn't seem terribly friendly. He is, but he doesn't spend a lot of time on you. And then you've got Peaches, who was a Moluccan, who just lived and breathed by being with people. So it varies bird by bird. Bob is a tripe.
Babaloo. Hey, Bob.
Babaloo, yeah.
Bob
Babaloo's
is
a tripe.
coming for saying goodbye. He can say goodbye or bye-bye, something like
Bye
that.
bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bob, can you say bye?
Maybe I can do a last
Goodbye.
shout out. Today I read from April from Parrot Playhouse that Victoria Cockatoo is again in bad health. So shout out to April and best wishes to Victoria Cockatoo to be better soon.
Keeping our fingers crossed for Victoria.
Hey guys, we're gonna go now. So we will see you again Monday.
Monday.
All right, bye guys. Thanks, Eleanor, and thanks, Amy Lulu, for your help. I don't know what I'd do without you guys.